Hi, how are you?
What's going on? You're alive. What's up?
This dog called Cisco.
Oh, what
A
are you?
dog called Cisco. Are you playing Cisco?
Are you nuts?
Are you fake?
Can't even pay your soup with that.
You can't even pay soup. There's not enough money in Cisco for Fari. He likes
Exactly.
$200.
I mean, that's the 2000 play. You don't do that anymore. All the Sycamore and Juniper all got trashed. So half the people who were working in the network business were laid off, and everything went to eBay. When your hardware starts selling on eBay, it's the end of the game.
So you didn't play it going into it. I mean, is this something that now?
I just watch it.
You just watch it.
It's just the indicator you watch it. It's like Zero Hedge or Dougie Katz. You watch them. That's it.
What about your Sigmas? We got to be out at Sigma 5 or something like that here, right? And,
hold on. Let me bring it up.
We got to know the Sigmas. I mean, when in doubt.
The daily, is it 2453? Yeah, hold on. Let me bring the chart over and bring it up. I mean, focus on it. 24, is it trading 2452? Yeah, okay. The 4 Sigma is, hold on one second. The 4 Sigma is 2330. Yeah, we're about 5 here.
Do you ever see anything?
Good call.
What happens when you have 5 Sigmas? That almost always give it back, or do you think?
Yeah, they sell into it. Yeah, wait until the boys come in. The big boys come in. Right now, you got moms and pops playing it. When the big boys come in, they're gonna smash it. It's opportunity to get profit. Look at it. The 200 bar was at 22. You get 10% of this baby. You sell.
It's definitely something I wouldn't be buying this high, but on pullbacks, though, 23.5, that Joel was talking about, maybe I get more interested. But you're not a fan of Cisco at all.
No. It won't give back everything. No. Obviously, it just pulls back some.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the buying the dip guys come in. So.
And
buy the dippers, those guys, you just can't shake those buy the dipper guys there. What do you think of this overall market, Fari? We pulled back here. Tepper was concerned. He was nervous about the market there yesterday. Are you nervous about this market?
No. We'll see 1930, 1940 shortly.
So you're still bullish. You're still looking from the long side.
We got Auntie Jeanette. Come on. Hashmark Auntie Jeanette. Come on. There's a put out there. Come on.
We're not going to have her forever, are we? Or are we? Maybe we will have her forever.
I always say look for a catalyst. There's a reason that comes out, and you got to see if it happens. But so far, it's look what's happening in Europe. It's just they're going to be printing more cheap money. So I think that supports it. So we shall see. Are we on the air?
You're live.
You're live, Fari.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Live the whole time.
Yeah, Fari.
Okay. I didn't know that. There you go.
Yeah.
You guys usually call a few minutes early, but that's all right. What's going on with you guys?
No, I actually, Turd Trader. He said that did Fari get enough sleep last night?
Well, I've had a couple of issues overseas. And also, I had a good friend that was in coma. Today is his services. He passed away.
I'm sorry.
So I've been kind of less active a little bit, but of course, when you're in we're in 17 trades right now in options. You got to watch them. You can't just life goes on, so you have to watch a bunch of stuff. And I got my 6 hours. That's plenty.
Okay. So any of those trades, do you want to touch on them? Are you close to cashing out on them?
Sure.
What are you looking at?
We got 2 or 3 that are dogs from EPS. They're binary, so they're going to go worthless. But we have some that began to come back. Twitter is one of them. Akamai came back somewhat. Amazon, I'm questioning. SBox came back. Let's see. COP has done very well. We were short for a couple of energy names like Valero and Exxon, and that was wrong. Immediately, we sold them at like 50% pullback of the premium money, and right where things were getting harder and harder in Ukraine, and I said, guys, we gotta get long here. We can't be short here with the comrade Putin helping out on the oil prices. We went long. COP has done well for us. Short on Goldman Sachs, that's Eaton's trade. You guys need to get Ethan on your show. He'll give you some really good color. That's doing well. Let's see. His Spies is a long-term put, so that's October puts.
What about this
let's
Twitter?
see,
Could you talk about? Could you talk about?
Oh,
your,
no, let me tell you the one I missed. Hold on. This is the part. This is the one I really hate, and this is a problem on mainstream media. Green Mountain Coffee Roasters.
Okay.
It ran away from me. I was about to get long right before the earnings. It was at 92 area. There was something on, I think it's Yahoo Finance, maybe, or I don't know if it was. I'm sure it wasn't Benzinga, but it was Yahoo Finance or maybe none of these finance websites that went just maybe Reuters, just smashed it, saying, "Oh, there's no way these guys can meet the pressure on them, coffee prices, so on and so forth." Guess what? Coke is exercising another 16% buy into their option. And they also they beat. The stock goes up. Coke says we're going to buy another 16%. We have a gap up. The darn thing traded at like 124 in a matter of 4 days. Yeah. I'm just sitting here saying, what the heck? So
what do you think?
I'm upset about that. But there's no way I can buy it at 124.
What do you think Coke's up to with that? I mean, big company like that. I mean, if they want them, why don't they just go out and get them? I mean, this is kind of a strange move for them.
Well, corporate decisions are funny, especially a big old firm like Coke versus a growth company like Green Mountain. So, what went into a boardroom and what they decided to do this at this point, I don't know. I have no clue.
Would you start taking some profits here in this Green Mountain if you had got
I'm not in. I didn't get in. I was about to go long when the news like that hit me right before. I looked at it and I know coffee prices are up, margins are being squeezed. Look at S-Box. So I said, you know what, guys, we'll get it after the earnings. We'll play post ER. Let's sit through. We'll go long or short afterward. And just run up. I said, this because we hit 3 sigma, 4 sigma. You don't buy at 4 sigma. It still is running at 4 sigma.
Okay.
So I'm going to wait a couple of more days, see if there's a pullback or not. Yesterday we pulled back a little bit in line with the market. Let's see it does today. Of course, keep in mind, Wednesdays of option X always is a reversal of the pending I'm not telling you, but dominant trend. If we've been running up, the market makers force it, and we have a 3-day rule. I buy completely the analysis that Dennis just gave. Yeah, today's got to be a down day. I'm kind of think that's what's got to be. I'll be shocked if it doesn't, and then maybe tomorrow morning will be a low. I don't know. But it's a third day to expiration. So if anything, probably I'll just watch, then look at it Monday. Do something with it Monday. Don't want to play theater over the weekend either if I play something short term. If I play, let's say, August or September, it doesn't matter. So it's more of opportunistic purchase.
That pop in the S&Ps was short-lived. We just got over the 1884 level, very near the close, and now we just sunk right back here. We actually, on that little pop there, we got an 1884.75.
Well, we hit VWAP. We hit overnight VWAP. And then actually we had 2 bars ahead of it a little bit, but the sell-off started from VWAP down. So... it's but what is it traded overnight? Let's see the volume. Hold on. Remember, the volume hasn't been there. We have traded. Let's see, only 216,000. Nothing. But jobless claims were really low. That's nice. Also, Empire State Manufacturing came 19 versus 5. That's out of the ballpark.
Okay. Just question coming out of the chat room. The CPI, gave us a little boost, though. We gave it right back. You mentioned Twitter, and boy, I'm getting a bunch of upgrades from Wall Street, and this thing is going nowhere. The chat room is very bearish on it. Fari, where do you stand on Twitter? Well,
we have a couple of longs we put on. They've come back. They usually got hit a bit because we went a little bit too early. But they're July and September's. I'm holding it. I'm holding it for now. I think this is the most shortest stock before the earnings. So the pattern is not good right now, this moment, okay? But it should work itself out. We'll see. But I'll probably, somewhere in about mid-June, I've got to make a decision on the Julys and, either roll them or kill them if it doesn't move. But I do believe because the shorts are so heavy in there, it should pull up. Usually that's the fuel to pull up. Now, general market conditions are crucial. I mean, this stock, just like everything else out there, once it's a Momo and once it's a darling or was a darling, it tends to trade in line with the market for a bit. The sell-off here, keeping an eye on volume. We came up gradually, volume dropped, then we have sold for 2 days. Volume is even lower. So I'm looking to see if there's a higher low here or not. If we get a higher low, then we're going to drift up. The test will be 50 bar, and 50 bar is trading at 44.43. That's a long walk from here.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah. It sure is. S&Ps just now are coming back down to the pre-market low here, 1881, and gold, I guess that CPI wasn't good for the gold market. We just flushed back up.
Smacked it.
Yeah,
they're smacking gold right now.
Man. It just
the daily pivot today is 1886, almost 1887. That's a number to watch. The weekly pivot, which is where we are right now, weekly pivot is 1871. Just notice the last, except yesterday, the first 2 days of the week, we went up in the daily levels, ran ahead of weeklies. So that was push up. Yesterday was a decent pullback.
I got a question
but remember, it's expiration week. I mean, I think tomorrow we'll have a move somewhere. Friday should be quiet.
I got a question about when you're figuring the daily pivot. Do you do that on the 24-hour market, or do you just
no, not these days. I mean, in 2008 you had to because there was a lot of activity overnight. But it's a judgment call. These days, you look at 216,000 traded in S&Ps. I look at my what I call the OTF chart, which is the other time frame, the larger players. It's been right now. It's a little bit better than yesterday. Actually, yesterday was not that much because of the volatility of that area, and we're sinking. So no, the data tells me stick with the RTH, regular trading house.
Okay, good. All right. Can you make heads or tails out of this Apple chart? Ran up to 600, and man, this thing's had a couple days of tight ranges that's snuck over 600.
Right.
And Nick just has that nailed as major long-term resistance. He thinks that the little pop after earnings may be over. Quiet 6-point range yesterday, 4-point range the day before. Are you tempted to play like a strangle on something like this? I mean, you can't hang out.
No.
No?
First of all, no, but remember, it's a very large market cap. Okay? It takes a lot to move it. It is at a 600 level, psychological level. If you go back to 2 days after the earnings, there's been no movement since then, pretty much. Maybe a day a little bit up, a little bit down. Each day range has been very, very flat. We went from a 4 sigma plus to 3 sigma plus, to, let me check, let me double check, hold on, just to be on the safe side. From 3 sigma plus, which was made on 28th, down to below 1 sigma, so it's other channel. So it's most likely it has to regain 1 sigma plus, which is sitting at 602. I'm not going to touch it until it goes above 602 area, and then maybe gets into channel. The longer trend, the 50 and the 200 are almost parallel. 50 pulling up. It's just
nothing.
There's no signal here yet.
Okay.
It's a little bit too early.
We had a question in the chat earlier about the VIX here. Is that something that you follow, or did?
Always. Are you kidding me? As you know, I collaborated with Dr. Whaley, the original inventor of VIX. My VXN was done before his, so we exchanged notes. Now VIX is the new VIX is something that SIBO did, more tradable. We look at its put call. We publish, I think Dennis gets my report at night with the VIX chart and VIX put call for each month.
Yep.
The other thing I would urge you guys to take a look at is that VXST, $VXST, that's a 9-day VIX. If you plot that on 30 minutes or 60 minutes, it's got a fairly good high negative correlation to S&P. Those are 9-day volatility of SPX using their weekly options. Okay, remember, VIX is the monthly options are used. They ignore the weeklies. Okay, here on the VXST, they use 9-day, so it's a shorter term. If you're trading SPY, SPX options, or ES, you want to plot VXST, and I think a week from now, I'm having one of the SIBO guys who's an expert on VIX, Russell Rhodes. If you don't follow him on Twitter, do that. His handle is @Russell Rhodes. He'll be giving a webinar for us in detail about VIX. No, we're a big volatility shop, so anything that comes up, anything they're trading, they've just finished 90 days of trading, so there's enough data on the chart to display it and keep track of it. We'll be having a webinar, I think, week after next.
What's the symbol
but
on
that
it?
one I look at is VXST, because it's really good for short-term trading.
Victor, X-ray, Sam, Tom?
Tango, yes. That's Victor X-ray, Sierra Tango.
Okay, all right. That's not in my charts yet.
Go
ahead,
one more
Dennis.
question from the chat there too, and this is an interesting one from the Wizard. Where can I read up on your Sigma strategy? Do you have some stuff on your site that traders can read up on Sigma
our
strategy?
Our webinars are we usually do either something specific. Like if you go to September 2009, there was specific on our indicators. It's on a drop-down menu, educational webinars. You do need to install that GoToWebinar codec for a first time when you're doing a playback. The other one is that our monthly, we've done 24 now, 2 years straight. We've done a specific 3 players, me, George Cavaligas, and Ashraf Laidi. We do market timing seminars. When it gets to my portion, which is the last piece of the puzzle, I use them constantly. And if you listen to questions or my explanations, you get it immediately about what channels we're looking at and why. Other than that, have him email me. I can send him, maybe I can find him a PDF he can read.
Okay.
Do you ever go in the chat there, Fari, or because maybe you could send a link in the chat, or send us a link and we can.
I can do that. I can do that after the webinar. I'll post it. No, not a problem.
Okay,
Good
perfect.
idea.
Okay.
Thanks, Fari.
Yeah.
It just
The usage. Now, one thing I urge everybody: Sigma channels are only going to give you volatility. They will not give you direction. They'll give you where the stock should be if you're long or short. Okay, but does not say what the current impending direction is. You need a decent either trend or better yet trend and momentum indicator. So you'll always see me with 2 components there, price overlaid Sigma channels on top. Underneath, my favorite indicator, CI, because you need to get direction, okay, and volatility. One alone is not enough. Direction alone is not enough. Volatility alone is not enough. You need 2 pieces for the puzzle to be solved.
Okay. All right. Fari, any final words on the markets for our traders and investors?
I don't like the volume recently. As we go new highs, this is phenomenal. Day trading has been difficult. Try to pick your spots. We have been trading first hour and last hour. If in the middle of a day, you can smell it. It's sausage everywhere over in Chicago.
Okay, all right. Fari Hamzei, Hamzei Analytics, giving us his quantitative, technical, and sometimes opinionated look at the markets, Fari.
Just sometimes.
We've all got an opinion there, Fari.
Yeah. I haven't come up with anything, any soup bets yet. I need to get my bowl of soup back.
I will welcome that, sir, anytime.
Okay. All right, Fari. Thanks again, and we'll speak to you next week.
Always a pleasure. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Fari.
Bye-bye.